I could have all men's singles, age, skill divisions, please report to the medal stand by courts 13 and 14. All men's singles, age, skill division, please report to the medal stand for a players' meeting.
Yeah, I think that's just to try to record. I think we can do that. I don't think that's an issue. Matter of fact, Hollywood, if you want. And we'll try to.
All men's singles, age, skill division, report to the medal stand for a player meeting.
He wouldn't stop. He'd probably shoot you. There were 3 balls in there.
Oh, you got 3?
Yeah, there's one more I think in there.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us here on Championship Sunday. This is Scott Golden, joined in the booth by Megan Hall, and we've got a fantastic men's
doubles pro final here for you guys to take a look at. If you were tuning in last night, you know that the two semifinals matches were unbelievable matches. They were played out with hard-fought battles. Each point was extremely tough for each of the opponents playing. And the teams that came out on top were Pat Smith and Jay DeVilliers from Wichita, Kansas. And the other side of the bracket that came out on top is Callan Dawson and DJ Young out of California. And these guys battled hard all day long to get to this point. Megan, the reason I love this format is because we're going to see the best of these guys' games because they're fresh, they've had a good night's rest, and they haven't been playing all day and have to fight through and find some energy that may not be there. These guys are ready to go. They're locked and loaded, and that's really what I love about the format. We're seeing them at their best.
Yes, I agree. I mean, obviously, it's a beautiful day here. There was some rain this morning, so we have a little bit of a later start time, but I think that allowed the players to get a nice, good warm-up in. I think anyone who plays pickleball knows that it's a very quick game with a lot of ups and downs, so you have to be really warm, but beneficial to these players that they only have to play this one match today because they'll be nice and fresh, like you said, Scott.
Yeah, and Megan, let's take a look at the men's pro doubles draw, the bracket. We're going to go basically from the bracket and show you the path traveled by both these teams to get here to the finals. So let's take a look at DJ Young and Callan Dawson first. They were in the top half of the quarterfinals, and DJ Young and Callan Dawson squared off against Hendry Winarto and Johan Nogerbat in the quarterfinals. It was a 3-game set, and Megan, go ahead and talk about the scores for those 3 games there.
Yes, Hendry and Johan actually won the first game pretty definitively at 11-4, and then DJ and Callan, I think, kicking it into gear, winning the second game pretty close to an 11-9, and then 11-5 in the third. I think just gaining their stride. You know, Scott, you and I were both watching that match. Hendry and Johan had their chances in that second game, but just couldn't close the deal. And I think that's a testament to what solid, consistent players DJ and Callan are. So they're at a very high level. So that bumped them to the semifinals, where they played Tyler Loon and Spencer Smith.
Yes, and Tyler Loon and Spencer Smith in the quarterfinals beat Ben Randlett and Pablo Tellez from the Bonita Springs area. And those guys won in 2, 11-8, 11-7. So then the semifinal of the top bracket was a 3-setter. And go ahead and talk about the scores on that one.
So DJ and Callan came out, obviously, victorious against Tyler Loon and Spencer, going to 3 games, 11-5. They lost the second game, 7-11. And then a pretty smoking third game score of 11-1. So we also watched that match, Scott, and I know Tyler and Spencer really played their hearts out. A couple of days ago, as they did yesterday in mix, but just coming up short in that third game. Obviously, DJ and Callan changed a little bit of their game plan there. Also, it's been windy these past few days. Today, we're not dealing with that wind so much, so it's, you know, we'll really get to see, you know, who the best players are out in the court today without much weather variance coming into play.
Yeah, it ended up being a beautiful afternoon. We had to take the morning off and give Mother Nature a chance to breathe a little bit. And now the weather has subsided, the sun's out, and we've got a beautiful day for the rest of the afternoon. Let's take a look at the bottom half of the quarterfinals. You had Zane Navratil and Jeff Warnick squaring off against Jay DeVilliers and Patrick Smith from Wichita. And they won that one in 2 hard-fought battles, 11-6, 11-9.
Correct. Pat and Jay had to fight to beat Zane and Jeff. You both know that, Scott, you know that Zane and Jeff are no players to mess with. Obviously, that could have been a final match right there. So, you know, congrats to Jay and Pat for making it through. You know, I think this tournament has had such deep, strong players throughout the time. It looks like we're going to get started in just a second. Jay and Pat then had to play in the semifinals Tyson McGuffin and Andre Diescu. So we want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, and then it looks like the finals, they moved on. They were able to beat Tyson and Andre in 2 matches, 12-10, 11-9, and that's how they got the path to the podium. We're going to see who is crowned World Pickleball Champion. Right now, we've got Andrea Gately as our official referee for today. She's about to kick us off any minute now, and the players are getting their last second strategies put together, and then we're going to see 0-0-2 here shortly.
It's about 79 degrees here in Punta Gorda, Florida. These guys already have a little sweat going.
The Frenchman and the German looking poised, calm, confident, looking across the net at the other side. It's the same calm, cool, collected guys in DJ Young and Callan Dawson out of California. Encinitas, California, to be exact.
0-0-2.
I need Tim Thorne to report to court 13. Tim Thorne to court 13.
That's a beautiful below the net backhand roll by Patrick Smith. I think Callan and DJ are going to test Patrick today to see how patient he can be. 1-0-2.
All right. A forehand third shot drop coming up a little short there for Jay. We're going to get a side out. And I think the grip on that Electrum Pro paddle by Pat was really, really obvious when you saw that ball grip off of that thing and come over the net. Quick poach there by Callan Dawson. He's still getting loose there, not able to have some success with that early, but we'll see that shot again, I'm sure.
10. Walt Flynn, please report to court 10.
Notice how Callan Dawson lets very few of those dings bounce in front of him. He leans so far out with his paddle, and he looks to grab almost every single ball that he can out of the air, which also gives him the ability to attack at any moment, which is what we saw there. That ball landed, Pat looking to call it out, right? Making he realized the look on his face that that ball landed.
You know what? It's a testament to his sportsmanship because that ball was very close and I think too close to call. 2-1-2.
There's a hand battle exchange going on right there.
Woo.
Boy, that's intense. Look, that ball is getting slapped back and forth pretty quick between Jay and Callan. Then it switched over between DJ and Pat, and DJ able to get the upper hand on Pat there on that exchange.
3-1-2. Nice solid point by Patrick and Jay. 2-3-1. Jay looking to be aggressive. Maybe a little too soon there. Patience is key. 2-3-2. Three, two, one. Looked like a little bit of miscommunication there between Callan and DJ. Not sure who was covering the middle.
Notice Callan leaning way out there in the kitchen.
Scott, I think that's the right game plan. DJ and Callan have to stick to. Yeah, dink to Pat.
Frank Diaz, please report to court line.
Yes!
That's a good exchange. Pat getting the better end of DJ that time. We'll see a lot of those firefight exchanges throughout the 3-game match or 2-game match that we see. So expect to see that quite a bit. It'll be soft, 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 and power. I don't think that Jay had that ball like he thought at first. It just didn't have the pace on it to go around the post. Would you agree?
Yes, 2-4-2.
It's a good drive by Pat.
We're seeing Jay start to stack on this left side here because I think that he is stronger with the backhanding on this side.
That's a good attack by Callan Dawson. He's very calculated in his attacks. He will absolutely stay patient as long as he needs to in a rally until he gets the right ball to attack.
4-3-1.
That's the first, I believe, separation of more than 1 point between the two teams. So now it's a 2-point advantage for Callan Dawson and DJ Young. I love the defense by the California boys here. They worked their way all the way back up to the non-volley zone and then unable to capture that point, but that was a great rally that we saw played out in front of us there.
5-3-2. Oh, a great move by Jay. Pat almost able to cover it. But did you see the reset that Pat did off that smack?
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Really intense. You see the electricity starting to happen between Pat and Jay. They become very, very dangerous opponents when they both get that momentum going in the right direction.
You can see how comfortable they are playing with one another. They just know exactly where each other is going to be at the right time.
For sure, they certainly play off of each other, and the energy that they create is electric between one another. That's well played by DJ Young right there. He actually set that up perfect. Letting that last ball go out long.
3-6-2. Great patience by Jay Duvier right there.
Yeah, I mean, he ducked out of the way of that ball. It was clearly out. One of the things that the pros do well is let those balls go out for points.
Free point.
Yeah, it's a rare miss return by Callan Dawson there.
Callan hits off speed sometimes, so I think Jay sometimes can. It's easy to think that ball's coming harder when it's really not. 6-5-1.
It's a good put away there. Anytime that ball goes up in the middle with all four of these players, it's going to get put away most likely. The defense is stellar, but that ball is not coming back.
6-5-2.
Look at that intensity between both Jay and Callan. Ultimately, Callan sliding to the left and able to take that forehand past Pat Smith for a winner. So far, only a 2-point advantage. You know what? I'm actually not disappointed in that lob. He thought he could catch Jay. I think it came up a little short, but that was a good strategy right there to try to catch him off guard, leaning forward into the kitchen.
I think that when you're up 7-5, you don't need to take those risky shots. I mean, it was a nice change of pace, but I don't think he needed to do that for the side out.
Yeah, especially Jay being 6'2". It's going to be a tough lob. You know, Pat's had some success there. That's the second one that he's ripped into the body of DJ that's dumped into the net, so he may need to go back to that trend right there.
Callan catching that ball behind him.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Sometimes those clip the net like that, and it shoots sideways.
DJ and Callan wanting to nip the momentum of Jay and Pat right there, so a timeout is called.
All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to the action in just a minute.
I know, I saw you yesterday.
All right, guys, we're back to the action. Megan Hall in the booth with me, Scott Golden, Championship Sunday. Andrew's going to bring us back here to the live action. That is unbelievable athleticism from Callan Dawson. The dink came over a little high, and Jay jumped it and hit it right up into the face of Callan, and somehow he was able to contort his body and hit a winner off of it. Not many people can do that, Megan. That's so good. That ball is getting just hit around, straight on, cross court, didn't matter. Jay and Pat were dialed in on that point.
Unforced error there by DJ Young. Handing Jay and Pat a free point right there. 9-7-2.
I believe that's the second missed third shot drop from Jay. Just looked like he mishit that ball a little bit off his Vulcan V560 paddle. You know what? I think Jay said he was done with that point right there, Megan. He just wanted to end it.
He didn't hit that with any force, right, Scott?
There was no power behind that one. Boy, he put that ball away hard. DJ trying to finesse that third shot drop, coming up just on the top of the white net cord. Not able to get it to roll over. Although these Pickleplex nets are very friendly, that one not.
9-7-1. Wow, Callan holding that ball to the very last minute to decide where he was going with it, and I think that threw Pat off a little bit. Nice shot, Callan.
Yeah, and Pat wasn't quite up to the kitchen yet, so it's a good decision there. A backhand third shot drop now missing. Jay just seems to be a little off on his thirds. We're probably going to see DJ and Callan returning to Jay until he figures that out. His defense is not lacking, though, is it, Megan?
No, he's not struggling on his backhand volley at all today, or any day, really. Very
Yeah, he's
solid part of his game.
Pretty consistent up there at the kitchen. All right. Little two-handed backhand there. DJ doing a good job moving that ball around. He went to the inside hip, then he goes to the outside hip. Jay not able to be decisive, missing that dink into the net.
8-9. Oh, wow.
That was insane.
Oh. Oh, wow.
That ball looked good from our vantage point, but
Oh, that's unfortunate. That ball was well inside the line.
yeah, and you know, Jay and Pat don't usually argue line calls too often, but Jay was confident, ultra confident.
The
that
ref
ball
unfortunately was on the other side
well,
and unable to see.
she
It's
just-
a very tough angle, but
You know what, Megan? She told Jay. She said it's their call, so that tells me she didn't see it clearly. So she's going to defer to the receiving team to make that call, and they stood with that call. Jay having to compose himself now. Doing a good job so far. That's a good ball. So Jay is a true professional. He was able to overcome that, in his mind, what was a bad call by the opposing team. Able to finish that point right there with an overhead inside out, on and off the court there. Really fired up after that one.
don't fire up team model here.
Yeah, they're not the right guys to do that to. Yeah, there's another one. DJ's dumped 3 of those from the drive of Jay and Pat right into the net. He doesn't seem like he's seeing that ball real well.
10-9-1.
We're keeping Jay on the left, stacking on the even. So Jay looking for that finish right there. DJ recognizing how aggressive he was being. That was a good job sidestepping that 5th shot from Jay de Villiers.
One more chance to serve for the game. 10-9-2.
I think this point's going to come down to patience. So I want to make this clear, Megan, for anybody watching. If you heard Jay said out first, but that's player communication because he's letting his partner know not to hit it. Once the ball lands, then you make the final determination whether it's in or out. And then he changed that call to it was good. That's really, really well played by DJ Young, covering that middle ball. That's his length right there. He's kind of a long, athletic type of guy, kind of lanky, and using that to his strength right there.
10-10-1.
Jay, I think, in DJ's head a little bit. Let's see if they can get one more for the side out. And there it is.
So what I've noticed about Callan is very calculated. He's very disciplined. But he did telegraph and show that he was going to rip that ball. He kind of indicated he was going to speed it up. Jay and Pat not fazed by that attack, and they were able to gain the upper hand after that exchange. Jay ready for the counter. Pat ultimately putting it away. I've noticed Pat coming off that kitchen a little bit to play defense. He's got to stay hugged up on that line, make sure he's getting those reset volleys back over the net.
10-10-2.
Jay really active right now.
Oh, wow.
That, I think, is the chemistry between the two of them. Jay, last second, jumps for an Ernie. The ball comes back to the middle, and Pat's there with his backhand ready to put it away. Past the backhand of DJ. I mean, Megan, it went by him before he even realized what was going on there.
Right. I think Callan wasn't ready for Jay's shot. Tried to get it back in the middle, but Pat just right there waiting, like you had said, Scott. Scores 11-10. Game point. Oh, Jay trying for it again. The ball just a little bit low.
I feel like that's a
close to
heat
the
check.
net.
Yeah, I feel like that was a heat check. He got the first one, and he said, okay, let me try it again. But I think a good adjustment from Callan Dawson, keeping that dink really, really soft and up close to the net, unattackable. That ball clipping the net. It threw off Jay's rhythm just a little bit. Yeah, good friendly roll there from the out-of-town guest from California.
Tied game here at 11-11-1.
This game could go either way right now, folks.
Ooh, an untimely misreturn. This time of the game, it can't happen. That
tough.
could be the game.
That's
right
tough.
There.
Yeah, that could be a dagger right there. Maybe not, though. That's
Wow.
extremely good hands by Jay and Pat right there. Usually when the ball gets attacked like that, if you can't beat that initial reaction time, you're going to lose that point, and that's how it played out right there. Oh, what a lob by Callan Dawson there. Wow. And we got an alley from Jay, which I believe is
Let's go.
let's go, yeah. In a different language there.
Not only did Pat get to that ball back at the baseline, but he put it in perfect form back on the other side of the net.
Yeah, he had,
setting himself up for the next shot.
he basically hit a good drop shot with some pace on it from that lob. Excellent job there from Jay and Pat. So DJ making a good adjustment. He changed the angle of his paddle on those drives. Now he didn't dump it into the net. He actually got that ball deeper, causing Pat to miss the next one. That ball missing wide. I think he was trying to make sure he didn't miss that ball short into the net, and he lifted it just a little too much.
12-12-2.
What a game we have here, folks. Okay, there's an untimely missed return. That is Callan's second missed return of the game. He missed early in the game, and now he's missed here late. 13-12-2. Oh, that's great defense from DJ. He was sitting on that backhand. It's almost like he knew that time they were going to attack him on the backhand side.
Pressure's on Callan and DJ right now as they're down 12-13.
But I would argue the pressure's really on Jay and Pat in a way because they're up and they have to make sure they stay disciplined and make good decisions here as the other team's going to be pushing, I feel like, and staying aggressive to try to win some points.
Well, this point's going to put pressure on both teams.
Callan barely missing and avoiding the kitchen. Doesn't matter, though. DJ Young not able to come up with that backhand.
What hands by Jay.
Yeah, incredible. The defense from the Wichita boys is insane. There's a drive that clips the net, hitting Pat right in the chest. Now, what you have to understand about that is Pat is set up and ready for a ball that's not going to clip the net, and when it does, it throws everything upside down for them. So that goes for both sides.
Game point at 14-13-2.
Oh, that's really good defense there. Oh, boy.
Wow.
A soft touch from the Frenchman, Jay DeVilliers. After 3 hard overhead return from the California boys, he drops one soft into the kitchen. DJ Young hustling to get it, not able to get it back over the net, though.
Very smart play by Jay. Timeout called by Callan and DJ. Probably needing a rest and looking to regroup as Jay and Pat start to serve.
Yeah, I think that's a great timeout. We're going to take a quick break as well, catch our breath, take a drink of water, and we'll be back to the action soon.
Seconds. Receivers, that was your last timeout. 17, you still have 2 timeouts remaining in this game. Time in.
All right, guys, we're back to the action. Scott Golden and Megan Hall bringing you all this pickleball action.
I will say Callan and DJ have had an unbelievable amount of net courts today. They've been very lucky in this first game. 13-14-2.
I think it's skill.
Yeah.
Oh, that one not able
so
to
lucky
go over.
on
That one was
that
not
ball.
as lucky. But again, I think, see, DJ missed that other one wide and high, so he's trying to make an adjustment there and ended up missing.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. We'll never know if that ball is in or out because it actually hit Pat right in the tip of the shoe for the side out. 14-14-1.
Nice shot, DJ.
14-14-1.
All right. We've got a close battle here in game 1. Oh, he got that back somehow. I have no idea how he got that ball. Oh,
Wow.
my goodness. What did we just witness from Jay and Pat right there? Somehow Jay contorted his body and able to get that tweener between his legs, but it wasn't just a ball that popped up. It was like
It was a line drive
was a
to
line
the
drive.
other side of the net that was going to fall in if they didn't hit it.
Unbelievable.
Incredible point.
I don't know how he did that, but somehow he came up with that. Boy, they are
Good
really
hold.
feeling it.
Good communication by Pat there for the side out. They were able to hold them at 14-14, so let's see if they can close it right now.
I cannot believe what we're witnessing. This is a game 1 that is for the ages right now.
No, that's good.
So that was a heat check. Pat and Jay feeling it right now. Pat looking for that drive. Not there yet.
14-14-2.
Oh, wow. Pat saying, uh-oh.
You know what? DJ wants that one back. He did not snap off on his wrist at the end right there with the paddle. That ball sailing long.
He pushed it.
He did push it. I've done that many times before.
15-14. 2. Game point.
Oh, what an Ernie by DJ Young. You know, the key to that right there is he waited until the ball had left the paddle of his opponent, and then he shot for that Ernie. By that time, it's too late. That's a put away for DJ and a good side out. Let's see what they can do with this here. Another lead change. Ah, that's too good by Callan Dawson. One thing about Callan, he's very crisp with his shots coming back. He doesn't have wasted space or energy. He just is short and compact.
15-15.
defense going on here. That's so good by Pat and Jay, but, you know, kudos to the other team, DJ and Callan, for that defense right there.
Do you think Jay and Pat are picking on one or the other on the other side of the net?
I don't think so. I think they're taking the best available shot to them, and I think when they get into those firefights after 3 or 4, they're moving it to the other guy to see if they can catch them.
Yes.
That's so good right there.
Wow.
So now we're going to see if they can close game 1 here. They've had a couple opportunities. Actually, to be honest, Megan, both teams have had opportunities. This right now, I feel it. I feel the momentum has swung back to Jay and Pat, and I have a feeling that they're going to find a way to get it done here. But let's see. Okay, not on that first one. Callan Dawson, a little too much for them there. Second serve. They're going to go back to a regular no stack. 15-15-2. Jay choosing to go with that two-handed backhand. Callan staying with his one hand. Oh, that's a great placement, but friendly roll, still going. Oh, Callan.
Wow. Extreme patience from both sides, but
ultimately, I think Callan recognized that he was going to rip that two-handed backhand early. He stepped into that middle and was able to tee off on it.
and you know what was a different change? They switched. DJ was then on the forehand, Callan playing the left-hand side, and really able to go more toe-to-toe with Jay on some of those cross-court dink rallies.
I believe that happened in the middle of the point when the ball rolled over from Pat's attack. I think they switched at that point. Okay, that's a good return from Pat. If you notice, he really sliced that return, Megan, soft and it really stayed low when it bounced off the ground there. See the ball getting moved around nicely here. Nobody getting picked on specifically. Look at this defense. Look at this D going on right now. Oh
Wow.
my goodness.
Pat being the MVP of that point. What hands?
You know what? The defense on both sides is phenomenal, stellar to say the least. But right there, I thought that Callan had won that point at least 3 times, and that ball getting dug out at his feet, and Pat ultimately being the one coming out on top there.
15-15-1.
Is this a great game 1 or what? Oh boy, he slid over. Instead of hitting a forehand, he slid over and ripped that with his backhand.
All weekend, I've loved that Jay backhand.
Yeah,
All weekend. The dink and the high volley that puts it away also on the backhand side.
You know what? I think even him sliding over and hitting that backhand for a winner was the different angle that he created from it. It wasn't the traditional, angle from his forehand. And I think it threw off Callan and DJ just a little. All right, 16-15-1. Around the post, defended by Callan. And that ball clipping the net. And that's game 1 in the books, 17-15. Can you ask for a better game to start World Pickleball Championship Sunday?
No, that was an incredible game. Much longer than I thought it would be. But 17-15, we're on to game 2.
Let's move on to game 2. We're going to take a quick break. This is Megan Hall and Scott Golden in the booth. We're going to be bringing you all the live action. We've also got Hollywood Hostler with us today. We'll be mixing him into the booth with us as well. And I don't know about you, Megan, but I'm excited about this game too.
Bring it on.
I've been a Tyson fan for about 4 years.
He's so good at just looking at somebody, looking at their game, and he can just see what needs to be done.
I would be a fool if I didn't come here to see the #1 player do a camp.
We're all pretty obsessed with pickleball. We want to grow pickleball into all areas of the country.
When you're in person, they can actually see you and they can analyze what you're doing wrong and, you know, correct it right on the spot.
And not only are you learning from the professionals that are here, but you're learning from your other people because they're having the same issues and then you see them exceed.
We do a pre-video and a post-video so that you can actually see yourself.
And I couldn't believe that's how I played. I thought, wait a minute, I play way better than that. So that was a real eye-opener.
Practicing something and putting it into action, it's just internally very rewarding.
It will improve your game so much. You'll get so much more confidence.
It's money well spent, and if you want to get better, you have to do this.
All right, guys, this is Scott Golden and Megan Hall. Megan, I don't know if I have any words for game one. Do you?
That was an incredible first game.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that game went 17-15. Or 16-14, I can't remember.
17-15.
Yeah, 17-15. So incredible game one.
0-0-2.
That's actually how intense that game was. I couldn't remember what the final score was. It was so good.
So now Pat and Jay are going to have the sun in their eyes a bit. So we'll see what Callan and DJ will do with that. Side out. 0-1.
Yeah, and Callan Dawson only hit one lob in that first game. We're going to see if he uses that lob again here in game two with the sun in their face. That was a good attack right there from Pat, and I mean from DJ and Callan. That ball missed, but not by a lot. I think they both were on the same page calling that out, but boy, that was close. Probably closer than.
Agree.
Yeah, they thought it was closer than they thought.
Callan not quite having the power that Pat and Jay do, but DJ sure does, putting that ball away for the side out.
Yeah, and just to touch on that, the reason Callan doesn't have quite as much power is the way he holds the paddle grip so high up on the paddle. He looks for the control and the angles versus the power.
One, 1-2. DJ keeping that really low by the feet. 2-1-2. Jay missing some of those backhand dings. Lots of spin on it. Needs to get a little more height on the ball there.
3-1-2.
Callan leaving that ball a little bit high for Jay to really roll that ball right at DJ's feet.
Yeah, and those angles are hard. That's hard to defend that when the ball's coming with pace at your feet like that.
1-3-1. 1-3-1.
Second serve.
Yeah, once DJ gets that ball up above the shoulders, it usually doesn't come back. He's got more of a long, sweeping type of motion. That's really hard to read off the paddle.
Wow. Jay hitting that winner from behind him. Right down the middle between Callan, Dawson, and DJ Young. 3-1-2.
That's a nice roll there from DJ. That's just a testament to his soft touch when he dinks. I mean, sometimes you think, oh, that's lucky, but really, that's really soft finesse and touch that he's got.
And maybe those Pro Kennex paddles as well.
Oh, absolutely. That definitely helps. Yeah! Oh, boy. So when you have somebody drive at you, there's a couple options, and that one from Pat was the option to fire back. And boy, did he do that.
There was no blocking there.
There was not a block or a punch. That was a full-on swing there. Okay, we're seeing a trend when they grip the ball into DJ's chest. He's dumping those into the net. He's got to find an answer for that here in game 2.
2-4-1.
That's so stupid. Sorry.
Wow, DJ actually sitting on the backhand there, able to get his hand around to hit that forehand put away.
Yeah, that's because Pat didn't really speed it up with a lot of pace. It came a little slower, so DJ had time. That was excellent job by DJ. You know what? I think he's a little frustrated. He actually hit an out ball from Pat on that third shot, and then Jay, recognizing that he was still trying to recover from that third shot, he ripped into the body of him on the 5th. So well executed there by Jay and Pat.
3-4-2. It was there, Scott.
Yeah, Jay got what he wanted. He just didn't get it to go over. So
don't you know that feeling when you have it all day and it just clips the net cord? Painful. 4-3-1 for the side out.
Slight advantage for the California boys. There's a good drive by DJ. That was a short return set up from the serve of Callan, and DJ taking advantage and exploiting that short return, ripping into the body of Jay.
5-3-1.
Second serve.
Here? Yeah. Go.
5-3-2.
Come yet.
Pat reaching a little bit too much for that ball.
Yeah, I love the self-talk from Pat and Jay. They are really vocal players. Listen.
That ball's setting up high for DJ really to put that away.
Yeah, but DJ came over a little too far. I think he should have trusted Callan to probably hit that ball, but he was going for it. That was a heat check as well. He's feeling it right now.
Oh, that's a beautiful ball.
You know what? I think Pat recognized DJ's the one more active right now, kind of taking control of the points. He slid a little too far to that middle, and Pat has the control of that ball. He was able to take it behind him.
But where I think Callan and DJ have had success is with Callan on the left and DJ on the right.
Correct. I agree. They need to maybe find a way to get back to that. That's great defense. Did you see the athleticism from Patrick Smith he did what I would call a pirouette. I don't know if that's the right terminology. I've never been a dancer, but I feel like he did like some type of spinning pirouette, able to hit that with the backhand.
You've never been a dancer?
Well, not a legit one. Oh boy, DJ Young letting him know he is right here to stay. I heard the ball off his chest.
Who's the boss? Who's the boss?
DJ just letting him know, hey buddy, I am right here. I'm not going anywhere. I heard the thump of that Durafast 40 off of that Electrum shirt right there.
Or was it Pat's chest? 5'6"
I thought they needed to check the ball after it hit Pat in the chest. It's good movement. Yeah, that's really well played.
But do you see how Pat, he was ready for the ATP, and then he continued to move forward, in their face right at the kitchen line, ready to put that ball away as the ball was coming back over the net.
Yeah, definitely. They took control of the non-volley zone there, able to win that point with some dominant play from the kitchen area. I kind of think of Pat as like Chuck Norris.
6'6"
Jay with an unexpected missed serve. And let me explain what I mean. Pat got in a fight with the Durafast 40, and Pat won. Oh yeah, that ball made it. I think their paddles actually hitting slowed that ball down enough to keep it inside the baseline or the sideline.
There's no I in team.
7-6-1.
Patrick Smith wanting to call a timeout. Jay Duvier calling him off, wanting to play one more point. 8-6-1.
All right, a slight 2-point advantage for the California boys. Oh, Jay looking to blow that ball over, but it was so close to the net. Once it clipped the net from Callan's shot, it was just too close.
And here's the timeout that we expected if they were to get more and more point. DJ Young, Callan Dawson taking the lead, and I think we're going to go to a quick break.
Yes, sir. This is Scott Golden and Megan Hall. We will be back to the action soon.
New People Pickleball.
You have 2 timeouts remaining in this game. Receiving team, you have 1 timeout remaining in this game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after that quick timeout. A 3-point advantage for the California boys.
9-6-1.
Dawson and Young. That was great anticipation to defend that ball down the line. I think DJ thought he was going to catch him. He did not.
9-6-2.
That ball was not attackable, was it, Megan?
Patrick Smith just becoming too impatient there. You could see the look of displeasure on Jay Duvier's face.
Yeah.
Just disappointed with the outcome of the point, as game point is approaching 10-6-2.
Young and Dawson looking to end the game too quick, but Jay DeVilliers and Patrick Smith have another chance here with the ball back down 4. Let's see if they can make a run or if Young and Callan Dawson can hold. Little frustration there from Patrick. They're still feeling it from game one, still feeling the energy, but they're not executing quite like they did in game one. Just a little off here. I actually think Young had the right angle, and he sliced it inside out, trying to get it to drop in, but just missed.
Wow, unfortunate for DJ Young. That ball clipping the net and just sailing wide and long.
Well, that's the chance you take when you attack a ball it's floating up there kind of high and slow. You have to create your own pace with it, and that one's just unfortunate.
I think it's amazing the footwork of Pat Smith and Jade DeVillers on the other side of this net. Nine, 10-2.
So they've made a run. They were down 6-10 when this run started. There's Pat going for that third shot drive again, hitting the top of the net cord. That tape rattling as it hits and sides out to Young and Dawson. That's unfortunate. That soft drop from DJ Young, not making it over to that net. Great defense by Jay DeVilliers there as he is able to get the ball back for his team.
9-10-1. You are the correct server. 9-10-1. Second serve.
A missed dink there, trying to be a little too good.
9-10-2.
It's a good attack there from Callan Dawson and DJ Young, the California boys, with another chance here to end game two. That ball missing. Great drive on the third there by DJ Young and Callan Dawson, able to close out game two. I thought that was a much, much cleaner game from Callan Dawson and DJ Young in game two.
Looks like we're going to a game three, and I think we always want to see the finals going to a game three. You know, great points, close games. That's what we want to see here on Championship Sunday.
I'd love to see a game 3 and then a game to 15 if it was up to me, but unfortunately this format does not have a game to 15. So we are going to see a champion crowned here at the 2020 World Pickleball Championships. Of course, the viewers at home, stay tuned. We are back to the action soon with a game 3. Scott Golden, Megan Hall, back to the action in a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Scott Golden joined by Megan Hall here in the booth. We're ready to start game 3. Looks like Jay's going to be serving first, stacking on the left.
Great look there by Jay DeVilliers for the first point of the game, 1-0-2.
Oh, hit it!
Really good anticipation by Callan Dawson. Again, if you speed the ball up in pickleball and you don't beat that initial reaction time of the opponent, you're likely going to lose that point, as we saw played out right there.
What I love about Callan Dawson's game is that he's so calculated. He doesn't need to hit it hard, but he's got placement over brawn.
Yeah, and he oftentimes sets up his partners for the finish. Oh boy, he got it. He got it, and then he won the point because Pat and Jay were were rushing to finish the point right there instead of staying composed on it. DJ likely scraping his knee on that one. Unbelievable athleticism there.
2-1-1.
Come on!
That's really strong play there by Jay
That was
as he
another
defended.
misdirection. I mean, he really directed that away from DJ's backhand where he was setting up and hit right to the middle to his forehand. DJ Young unprepared.
A slight 2-point advantage for the California boys. There's a quick timeout from Pat Smith. Some visible frustration. They're not off to the start that they would have liked, but DJ Young and Callan Dawson able to gain an early lead here at 5-1-1. I'm sorry, excuse me, 4-1-1, I believe. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back soon. All right, we are back to the action after that quick timeout. This is Scott Golden and Megan Hall bringing you all the action. It's 4-1-2 after the timeout.
Out.
I think Pat and Jay realizing he's going to hit that ball really hard, just moving out of the way, parting the seas. That's a good timeout from the Wichita boys. You know what? That ball was going to hit this black banner back here. However, he did a great job, meaning DJ Young, hitting that Ernie into the body of Patrick Smith. So with the good comes the bad, and when it rains it pours, and that was a shot that should have easily been put away. I think the pace of it threw Pat Smith off just a tad.
I don't know if it was the pace, Scott. I think Patrick Smith right now is feeling a little tight, and maybe another timeout is necessary at this point as they're down.
That's another missed return there for Patrick Smith. Jay gonna try to carry the team here, pick him up. There's a good play. If DJ Young and Callan Dawson were were thinking about this right now, they'd go right after Patrick Smith as he's just a little off at the moment. Jape's still playing very well.
Beautiful ball by Patrick Smith. I think what Jay and Pat need right now is energy, footwork. They need to move their feet, and they need to gain their energy back. That's when they start gaining momentum, and I think that they can get that done. They can come back in this game right now.
Yeah, and a nice bounce back from Patrick Smith right there as he rolled that forehand past DJ. Patrick Smith looking more like himself now in these points. That's really good manipulation from DJ Young. He went backhand, then it came back, then he went backhand again, and Jay lost that ball coming back over.
1-5-2. 1-5-2.
That's so good by Callan Dawson. Again, very disciplined, very calculated. He has amazing footwork. He always seems to put himself in the right spot at the right time to hit the right ball.
Not only that, that ball isn't coming up. That ball is skidding, sliding, and a very difficult ball to defend for Patrick Smith.
Yeah, and he's so just smooth with it. He's not in a rush. So far, great defense here. Again, Callan Dawson not overpowering them, but looking for the right angles to hit to get the ball put away there. All right, looks like we've got a timeout. No, I'm sorry, we've got the switch at 6 here. Excuse me, that was not a timeout used. So we are going to take a quick break, and Scott Golden and Megan Hall will be right back for the rest of this second half of the game. All right, guys, this is Scott Golden and Megan Hall coming back for the second half of Game 3. This is our first men's pro doubles finals of the day. We'll have many more to come, but this one has been an absolute exciting game. What a nail biter we have here. Oh, that's a beautiful shot by DJ Young. Right down the middle, not even touched by his opponents.
I mean, catching the line. They were hoping it would go out, but that's just a beautiful shot. 7-1-1. 7-1-1.
Complete domination here in Game 3 from the California boys. That one's sailing long from Callan Dawson. He's a man of few words. He just kind of shook his head, and he's right back to the next point. He's got a short memory. That's one of the things I really love about Callan Dawson. Megan, are you seeing what I'm seeing? As those exchanges start 50-50 straight across the net, at some point, the sharper attack, it comes from the California boys. And then once they get that edge, they're able to put that ball high to low.
Go!
DJ coming up short. DJ Young coming up short on that third shot drop.
1-8-1.
So one good adjustment, Megan, that I'm seeing from DJ Young there is after that third shot he blocked earlier, he was getting hit with that next ball in the fifth. That time he was able to avoid that fifth shot drive from Jay, allowing it to go out.
1-8-2. Side up.
Sometimes this is what happens in pickleball. The momentum swings, and the momentum is definitely swinging in Callan Dawson and DJ Young's favor right now.
We have seen comebacks of this magnitude here at the World Pickleball Championship. One of them last night.
8-1-2.
I think DJ Young and Callan Dawson, if they can stay patient, I think they have this match in the bag. They're up significantly here with DJ Young serving at 9-1-2. I think that if we want to see Jay DeVilliers and Patrick Smith have some success, it would be in their best interest to have the patience and wait for their opportunities to put those points away. Wow, great hands by Patrick Smith, setting himself up for the put away there. That's the first time they've scored in quite a while, so let's see what they can build from this. 2-9-1. 2-9-1.
Point.
3-9-1.
3-9-1.
Love the patience from Jay DeVilliers and Patrick Smith there. I think we need to see more and more of that as they're starting to connect each and every point together.
DJ Young thought that ball was going to go out, but it did land in. Kudos to him for calling that ball good.
Oh, neck court.
Second serve. 4-9-2.
There's that backhand that we know and love.
Timeout's been called by the receiving team.
DJ and Callan calling a timeout.
5-9.
They still have plenty of point differential. They just need a couple more points to kind of put this men's final in the bag and take home the win. But to break up Pat and Jay's momentum, I think it was a good call.
Yeah, we're going to take a break. After this commercial timeout, we'll be back to the action at 9-4.
Remaining in this game.
All right, guys, we're back to the action.
Time in.
It's 5-9-2. Great exchange right there. Jay allowing that last one to go long. Good discipline letting that one go. That's hard. That's tough to do.
6-9-2.
6-9-2.
You can already see the more confident Jay DeVilliers and Patrick Smith, them approaching the line, waiting for the put away there. They're not backing up anymore. They're taking control.
Yeah, and as we oftentimes see in pickleball, the momentum swings multiple times throughout a game. And what we're seeing right now is the momentum shifting slowly back into the favor of the Wichita boys. A lot of excitement right now going on the other side of the net from Callan Dawson and DJ Young. They just need to stay composed here.
8-9-2.
Keep doing what got them to 9.
how momentum swings so easily in matches. They're down 1-8, and they've come all the way back.
It's now tied 9-9.
Dawson and Young almost playing a flawless match up until that point. 9-9-2. 9-9-2.
Big comeback here, big swing. You know, it was there, but that's a tough shot because the distance from the sideline to the banners is not an extreme amount of space. That's a little aggressive there going for that ATP, but hey, if he hits it, he's a hero. Okay, 9-9-1 at the side out. All right, so we have got game point and match point on the paddle of the California boys, DJ Young and Callan Dawson. Let's see if they can close it out.
10-9-1.
That's a great lob right there from Callan Dawson. That is ice in his veins to throw a lob up at match point in Game 3 of the Men's Pro Doubles Finals. That just tells you what kind of player Callan Dawson is. Not afraid to pull the trigger on that lob. It paid off big time. Megan Hall, that was a great 3 games that we just witnessed.
Scott, these two definitely deserve it. Oh, this one. Okay, yes. DJ wanting to say hi to his mom.
You're in agreement with the scores, right, Jordan? 15, 17, 11, 9, 11, 9. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. My next partner is for her. Again, David. Hi, Mom. Love you.
All right, that's DJ Young right there saying hey to his mom.
Congratulations
Camera.
to DJ Young and Callan Dawson to hold their composure after that such a big comeback from Jay DeVilliers and Patrick Smith. Goes to show, I think, what we will be seeing from them in the future as well.
Yeah, those California boys are tough right there, boy. They fought off a huge run and a huge comeback from the Wichita boys. And I got to tell you, that was an amazing 3 games that we witnessed. We're on to the next set of finals. We will be back to the action soon. This is Scott Golden, joined by Megan Hall at the 2020 World Pickleball Championship.
I've been a Tyson fan for about 4 years.
He's so good at just looking at somebody, looking at their game, and he can just see what needs to be done.
I would be a fool if I didn't come here to see the #1 player do a camp.
We're all pretty obsessed with pickleball. We want to grow pickleball into all areas of the country.
When you're in person, they can actually see you and they can analyze what you're doing wrong and, correct it right on the spot.
And not only are you learning from the professionals that are here, but you're learning from your other people because they're having the same issues and then you see them exceed.
We do a pre-video and a post-video so that you can actually see yourself.
And I couldn't believe that's how I played. I thought, wait a minute, I play way better than that. So that was a real eye-opener.
Practicing something and putting it into action, it's just internally very rewarding.
It will improve your game so much. You'll get so much more confidence.
It's money well spent, and if you want to get better, you have to do this.
New People Pickleball.
All right, guys, this is Scott Golden here at the 2020 World Pickleball Championships. We just witnessed the finals for the men's pro doubles. I've got the two guys who battled, left everything out on the line. I personally, it was a pleasure to watch you guys battle out there together. You guys are always fun to watch. Talk about that. Let's talk about that game 3 first. You guys got off to a little bit of a rocky start, down 8-1, then came 9-1, and then came soaring all the way back. What is the feeling when you end up coming up just a little short after you make that huge run? Talk to us about that feeling.
For me, it was disappointment. I missed 3 in a row right at the beginning to put us in a hole right away, so that's just tough to come back. And then, he kept me, he got me back into it, just being positive to me, and he said, let's go out swinging. I mean, nothing to lose now, and we get hot. We can get hot any time. Clearly, we can get cold any time too. So we just try to take one point at a time and see if we can get them to get tight a little bit, and we got them. And then can't believe I missed my bread and butter on 9-9 to give them a side out. Anything can happen from there.
Yeah, and Jay, talk about obviously the disappointment there, but how do you personally now have to bounce right back, get your mind right to transition into a whole completely different world, into the singles finals against Tyson McGuffin, who's in all his rights is the #2 singles player in the world right now. What's that like to have to do that, and talk us through those feelings and emotions?
That's why you can do it.
Well, it's just tough. Tyson has been battling as well. He had a lot of matches. I had a lot of matches, so I think we're even. I mean, yes, we lost this final. It was very close. It's done. There is nothing I can do. The only thing I can control now is the next match. So I'm really gonna focus on that and hopefully do a better job than in the men's double final.
Do you feel good energy-wise? Are you feeling okay coming into this singles finals, or are you going to take a little time just to kind of wind down? What's going to be your game plan going in here as far as keeping yourself up and going?
Yeah, I feel fine. I'm only 26 years old, so I guess I still have energy. Yeah, we'll see again. I'm sure Tyson is ready for his match. I'm trying to be as ready as possible as well, and hopefully it will be a good battle.
Is Pat going to get you warmed up for singles? Is he your hitting partner for singles?
Well, if he needs to, yeah, for sure. I might play some skinny singles with him. 3 points and I'm done.
That's what I'm talking about. Guys, listen, we won't take any more of your time. Thank you for that raw, just authenticity from you guys. You guys, I guarantee you'll go home tonight and sleep well. You guys put everything out on the line there. Just some amazing 3-game match that we witnessed.
No, I mean, we had a really good run this whole tournament. We battled through a tough group, and then quarterfinal and semis we played amazing. We played really well today too. It just came short a couple of times. It's just very close. I'm glad we battled back, so we were resilient enough as a team, and there's a lot of improvement we showed this week. I think I would say, along with our own play, and next tournament, go get the gold next time.
I love it, guys. This is the Wichita boys, Jay DeVilliers and Patrick Smith. They are here live with us at the World Pickleball Championships. We'll see Jay back on the court here in about maybe 15-20 minutes. And then I just got word that that's going to be the last final of the World Pickleball Championships. So Jay's going to send us out with a bang against Tyson McGuffin. Guys, thank you so much for your effort out there today. I know the fans back home in Wichita and around the world have enjoyed watching you guys play and leave everything out there. So, all right, guys, we're going to be back soon. Take care. All right, guys, we're going to now bring over the men's doubles pro champions, Callan Dawson and DJ Young. If we could get those guys over here for an interview, we're going to keep rolling here. We appreciate Jay and Pat giving us a little bit of their time. Come on over, guys. First and foremost, congratulations winning a tough, extremely tough bracket here at the 2020 World Pickleball Championships. Talk to us real quick about the feeling of winning that here down in Southwest Florida.
2021, Scott.
Well, we're in 2021, but this is technically the 2020 World Pickleball Championships.
Okay, what was your question again? Sorry.
He was just focused on that part. What does it feel like to win the 2020 men's pro doubles gold here at the World Pickleball Championships?
Oh, it feels amazing, honestly. I think just playing with someone like Callan, I used to look up to him like all the time, growing up. Not growing up, but when I started playing pickle, when just being able to partner with him and win a big tournament like this, it's just a lot of feelings, too many feelings.
Yeah, and Callan, you're a man of few words on the court. I'm interested to hear your perspective. I mean, you guys came down to Southwest Florida to compete against people from all over the world, some of the top players in the world. Talk to us about those feelings that you have right now after winning.
Yeah, after that, it feels real good, playing with DJ. It's nice to have a partner literally living in your hometown. We train a lot together, and really just to start out the year and come out and win this tournament's a good feeling. Just for the year to come, especially playing here with all these great players. You saw how close that match was, so it feels good to win a tournament like this playing with such amazing players.
Yeah, and definitely. I think the people at home love to hear some insight about some of the strategies in the game plan going into playing Pat and Jay in the finals. Did you guys, 2 questions. Number one, did you go into this finals with a pre-game game plan, or did you just go in and say, hey, let's just play the game and see how it kind of develops as we go?
Yeah, we really never come out with a game plan. We both feel comfortable from both sides, so I know a lot of people like to stack and do certain things because they love a certain side. But every time you see me and DJ switching or me and DJ stacking, it's usually how we feeling on a certain side, or who do we want in front of someone else. So that's pretty much our strategy starting off every match.
When you guys got up, DJ, 9-1 in that third game, do you get a little, I don't want to say cocky or confident, but do you feel like, okay, we've got this in hand, or do you just go point to point and block out the score and how big you are up there? Because they did make a big run there.
There's always point to point, but you know the more you're up, the better they start playing for some reason. They just don't want to let go. So it's just very tough playing by them, and just it's not we just have to keep strong and keep playing well and just finish it out.
Did you guys feel like against them, as those 3 games unfolded, did you feel like you had any type of big advantage that you guys could exploit, or was it tough finding little kinks in their armor?
Really no advantage at all. It's more just staying patient, honestly, just trying to play textbook pickleball and being patient. It's a little tough to see with some of these banners, so it felt like both teams were a little cautious pulling the trigger. But yeah, it's really just playing textbook pickleball and see who could grind it out the most.
All right, and last question, and I know the viewers at home want to know the answer to this as well. Through the weekend, we saw you use some lobs at the pro level, very effective with the lob. I did make note on the commentary that you do it at the non-volley zone, the kitchen, and you make sure that you do it very timely and so that you're not doing it at a time where they're going to be able to anticipate it. What was your gut feeling when he threw up that lob at match point in Game 3? Did you feel like he did pull the trigger at the right time, or what was your feeling when that ball went up in the air?
Anytime he lobs, I'm more than happy to be on the same side of the court. Just unreal lobbing, best lobber in the game.
And did you know that you were going to lob there, or is that something that is instinct that just happens in that moment?
Sometimes I think about it, but I'd say half the time I don't even think about it. I just get a ball out of the air and lob it. I don't even know.
When that ball went up, did you feel like you were going to win that point off of that lob, or was it something that you just said, hey, I'm going to throw it up? Okay, you knew?
Yeah, anytime he lobs. It's like 99% of the time he wins the point.
You know what? Even there was a couple times even you didn't get the ball up as high enough up as you wanted, but you guys still maintained your composure and played good defense off of that. So I do feel like you're accurate in saying that like 90 to 95% of the time his lob is effective. Where did that come from? Is that something you've always done, or is that something you developed in your game over time? Because to be honest, I'm really bringing this up because we don't see it a lot at the pro level. So I'm curious about that and that mindset in doing that.
It's something I've kind of always done. I feel like my game's more control. I don't hit a lot of balls hard. I don't attack too much off of the bounce. So I just got to mix up something. So that's an offensive lob for me. And I love to take dinks out of the air. So whether I take a ball, so by lobbing out of the air is when I do it the most. That's a way for me to kind of camouflage a dink volley with a dink lob. So it kind of comes from the exact same position. So it's kind of hard to pick up right off the start.
And that would be the reason that you're saying that they don't anticipate you doing that, because it looks the same coming off your paddle. Is that what you mean?
Exactly. So you can either hit an attack, a dink, or a lob all from the same position because they're all out of the air and they're not off the bounce.
That's awesome, guys. And I just wanted to bring that point up because we just don't see it a lot. Guys, congratulations. Is there anybody you guys want to thank or anything else you want to say before we wrap up this interview?
Thanks, Bro Canix, and thanks for everyone for watching. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Pro Kenix, and thanks for all the people back at Bobby Riggs and my family and friends and supporting us while we travel and see what happens this year.
All right, guys, this is Scott Golden with DJ Young and Callan Dawson, winners of the Men's Pro Finals, taking home some cash and some pride. And I love the pink Kinetic Pro Kinix paddles right there. I think a lot of people really were taking notes. We had a lot of questions on that. So if you guys want to follow up with them, message them on Facebook, find out where you can get that paddle. So, all right, guys, we are wrapping up here this interview, and we're going to see Tyson McGuffin squaring off against Jay DeVilliers for the Men's Pro Singles. Coming at you soon. Sean Doherty, and Sean is the tourism director for the city of Punta Gorda. Is that correct?
For Charlotte County, actually.
For Charlotte County, that's great. So talk to us real quick about what an event like this, the World Pickleball Championships, this is the second annual event. Talk about how the revenue streams coming in has helped the county and those kind of things, and what you guys enjoy about having this here.
Oh yeah, it's been great. We're proud to have been the host of it the first 2 years of the event, and it's just a great event to have. You bring the fastest growing sport in the country. We love to be on the front end of that curve, and also seeing the number of people come out is great. I mean, we expect that the event will probably generate somewhere around $3.5 million total economic impacts.
Yeah, definitely. And this is just a personal question here. Do you play pickleball, or have you played pickleball since finding out about this fast-growing sport?
I've played it once, but I plan on playing it quite a bit more in the future here when I get a little more time. I've got 2 teenage daughters at home that keep me pretty busy and all, but yeah, when I get more me time, then I'll definitely get more into it.
Awesome. Yeah, Sean, it's a very addicting sport, and I know 4 years ago when I found it, it was addicting, and I've never looked back. I've been playing it ever since, so look forward to you playing some more. And we just appreciate you guys also as well bringing us in here to this venue. And Punta Gorda in the Charlotte County is a beautiful area, so anybody that's looking to get a vacation from up north, get away from that snow and stuff, come on down here, guys. This is an amazing area. Am I right?
It really is, and that's one of the great things about bringing events to this area. We're able to bring people into the area that maybe would have never expected, and then they come in for a purpose like this, and then they realize what we have to offer just outside of this venue, and they say, hey, I want to go back there and go on vacation there, maybe in the summer, fall, or some other time. So that's just a bonus having an event like this here.
Awesome, guys. This is Sean and Scott Golden. We're wrapping up here at the 2020 World Pickleball Championship. You can see behind us we've got the 2 singles pro finals men starting to warm up. So I'm going to let Sean get back to doing what he does, and we'll be back to the action here soon. Yeah, that's a good idea, Rob. All right, guys, this is Scott Golden. I just wrapped up that interview with Sean Doherty. He's the tourism director for Charlotte County, which Punta Gorda, Florida happens to be inside Charlotte County. So that's why we wanted to interview him. And he just was talking about the economic impact of bringing in a tournament like this. I was pleasantly surprised to hear that the numbers of economic impact would be around $1 million or $1.5 million from an event like this, a 5-day event. I've got now Hollywood Hostler. Hollywood, he is joining me in the booth. What's up, Hollywood?
Hey, thanks for having me. What a great day, and just a phenomenal gold medal match we just witnessed there. And we're getting ready for our gold medal singles match.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. These guys, listen, Tyson McGuffin is no stranger to finals in big matches in pickleball. He's been around the sport for at least 5 to 6 years now. I believe around 5 years. Talk about Tyson and what he brings to the table, and then we'll discuss his competitor, Jay DeVilliers.
Sure, Tyson's just got an all-around great game. I mean, he's been here before. He knows how to do it. He is the person to beat, and he's just so quick. He's got that powerful serve that sets up a nice second shot after the return. He's just a great anticipation. World-renowned player, so he's the guy to beat, and Jay's going to have his hands full. Jay just came off a grueling 3-game set for the doubles, so we'll have to see how his stamina is, and if Tyson tries to get him worn down a little bit, or is Jay being so warmed up, maybe he'll take advantage of this first game. Tyson's been sitting around a little bit, and maybe he's not quite warmed up enough, so we'll just have to see how that goes.
Yeah, and during the interview, I don't know if you heard me there, Hollywood, but I did ask him how he felt energy-wise and endurance-wise, and he said he was feeling good. Of course, I think that is the politically correct answer, because if Jay were to be too tired to do this and he would not probably let on that that was the case. So I did expect that answer from him. However, he is in great shape. One thing that he's really done well is worked on his physical stamina and endurance for pickleball. So I promise you, he is in good physical condition. And also the other thing to note is this is Championship Sunday, so he's not been playing in the bracket all day long. That was just 3 games, and if you've ever played doubles, obviously that was at the elite highest level, and it's pretty intense. But a 3-game set is just a warm-up usually for these guys. So wouldn't you agree on that?
Yeah, absolutely would agree. This is really nothing. These guys are used to playing all day long, and now it's really his 4th game. So he should be just warmed up, ready to go. Grueling match, but they're young. They can recover, and they're getting explained the rules right now, exchanging good luck. And we're going to get started here in about a minute.
All right.
We got Tyson McGuffin and Jay DeVilliers.
So Jay and Tyson about to square off here on championship court. We had several twists and turns this week, change of events. It looks like this is going to be the final pro matchup here. So let's get started as Jay serves to Tyson. So one thing I do expect is that Jay's going to have to put that switch over from doubles to singles mentality. He's got no one else to back him up here now, and he's got to run around by himself.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'll adjust very quickly to that, as it's all about him now. Does not have to worry about a partner. And I'll tell you what, there couldn't be 2 nicer guys on the court right now. On the court, off the court, these 2 guys are just so nice. You go up to them and talk to them between after matches and so forth, and they'll give you the time of the day and so forth. So it's really great to see these 2 guys out here. A little different now going from doubles into the singles match. That court just becomes a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but he covered it well right there, hitting that down the line on Tyson, clipping off Tyson's paddle there. It's not a bad look from Jay right there. He's getting his groove. He's finding it here early in the points. That one didn't roll over, but a couple points from now, that probably will find a way over the net.
0-1.
You know what? Jay looked like he was going to call that ball out, and then it just dipped inside the line. All right, it's 1-1. Strong volley there from Jay, but Tyson tracking him down right now.
Nice shot, nice touch.
You know, I think Jay doing a good job right there of manipulating his opponent in Tyson McGuffin. Tyson did slip at the end, but it was a great shot either way.
Perfect weather out here for this day. Questionable call there, but
no, I think that ball
was a little
missed.
bit wide.
I do believe that ball missed when it clipped the net. It went out wide.
Clipped the net, just went out a little bit.
I don't think Tyson made a clear call initially, but it was wide from our vantage point. And Tyson's always been a very fair line caller to my knowledge.
Absolutely. Both these players are very, very fair. Lots of great defense right now. Both these plays extremely quick. Really nice angle, and I think Jay was anticipating that back down the alley shot, so he was able to control that point.
Yeah, Tyson went inside in, and Jay doing a good job of seeing that early. That's how he's able to put that ball away. You're right.
Just missed wide.
So just as we expected, Jay switching over from doubles to singles. He said he's not on point. So he's got to find a way to dial in and get that groove here for singles. Of course, it's just game one.
Really nice reach by Jay on that one, a backhand. He caught Tyson a little bit trying to get back onto the court. 2-1. A lot of work so far, but not a lot of points being scored.
That is the MO of singles, is you're going to work your tail off, and sometimes it goes side out, side out, side out. Oh, that ball is on point from Tyson.
That was a great shot. Had the angle on it. Nice top spin. I think that's why I gave up singles. It was too much work.
Amen to that, brother. Of course, if I could hit the shots that these two did, I might play some more singles.
Oh, there it is again.
Okay, so earlier Tyson went inside in down the alley, and Jay was able to defend it for a winner. This time Tyson goes inside out, tricking Jay DeVilliers.
Third place, McCown. Second place, Inger. First place, Woyton. Please report to the medal stand for your medals.
2-3.
That's amazing anticipation by Tyson right there.
Great point. Tyson was up at the kitchen line, then he had to work his way back deep. Jay was pushing him deep, and then Tyson got back into the middle court, anticipated it, and hit a winner.
Yeah, he read Jay's book like it was a children's book right there. You know what? Tyson getting himself fired up after that one. He is really on point here in game one. Jay actually, I think, thought he had him there. And Tyson able to fend off that shot down the line.
It's interesting how the power game and the soft game are both very critical in singles. Wow, a really strong serve by Tyson there, and he looks fired up and really on point. Point and a timeout. 6-2. 1 minute.
We're going to take a quick break. This is Hollywood, joined by Scott Golden in the booth. We'll be back to the action with the singles finals of the men's pro division.
Okay, we are back now from that quick timeout. Players took a little bit of a break. Tyson McGovern serving to Jay DeVilliers. Powerful serve by Tyson. One of the best servers in pickleball. Wow, again, driving the ball. He's going. Jay's talking to himself a little bit. He's trying to get himself back into the game.
Well, what he said was he's playing too short, which what he means is his serves, his returns, his shots are all coming up mid-court, and Tyson's dictating the point from there. So he said play deeper. So there he goes. That return is what he's looking to do, is get that ball a little deeper, come up and attack the non-volley zone, and then start to dictate his own points instead of being dictated by Tyson there.
I think he just refocused, too, after that timeout. I mean, he looks intense now. I think we're going to see a little bit stronger play out of him.
Yeah, like we said, he's got to reset from doubles to singles.
And that's not easy to do, especially here in one day. He's flipping a switch from doubles to singles in about a 15-minute span.
7-2. Sails just a little bit long. Eight, 2. Really good court awareness on there by Jay. He's moving Tyson around the court. Tyson's extremely quick. He's just not quick enough to get that shot. Jay placed it very well in the corner. Net shot that rolls over. Eight serving 2. Good positioning. Looks like Tyson's going cross court now. The first couple of times he was going down the line and Jay was staying home. This time Jay's starting to anticipate that cross court shot. We'll see if he keeps doing it. Oh, that's great. There we go. Tyson is fired up.
Yeah, that's good. That's great court coverage from both gentlemen on the court right now. Unfortunately for Jay de Villiers, Tyson is just a little sharper at the moment here in game 1, able to really dictate these early points. That's why the lead for him right now is 8-2.
Really good point. Jay needed that point so he can get the serve back. Try to get some more points on the board. Two serving 8.
Whenever Jay de Villiers gets his two-handed backhand going in his singles game, that's a good sign, and we may see a little run here from Jay based on what I'm seeing now. He's really starting to get it going.
Really nice soft touch by Tyson. Jay was back deep, and he was able to soften that shot, drop it into the kitchen, get a side out. Just a little bit out. Good powerful serve again. A lot of top spin. That's a good serve. We're going to take a timeout here at 4-8 for 1 minute. We'll be right back.
New People Pickleball.
Okay, welcome back. Score is 4 serving 8.
The ball landing just outside the sideline. A little run now for Jay Duvier.
For those that know Jay, know how to say his last name, we apologize. We are going to get it right, and I think you nailed it that time.
I may have. You know what? He doesn't mind. He knows people mess up that last name a lot. I've had many conversations with him about it.
Oh, wow.
It's really well played.
Tyson is fired up, really out to get this first game under his belt, win it.
Yeah, but Jay not going anywhere. He's going to be right in the mix of this.
I think we have another broken paddle by Tyson.
No, I think he just needed to towel off. He had a little moisture or something on the base of the paddle. That's what it sounded like anyway.
9 serving 5. Jay was ready for that. Yeah, it was a great quickness by Tyson. Get up there, and then Jay was ready for it. The rain we had this morning made it a little bit humid here, so these players are feeling this Southwest Florida humidity. They're going to be toweling off quite a few times here.
Come on! It's a great job again. After the side out, he's able to get a point notched on the scoreboard. He's making himself known right now. Tyson knows he's not going away. He's down 3 here in game 1. Oh, that's crisp by Tyson right there.
Real nice shot. Nine serving 6. Again, Tyson just drives it so strong down the line. Catches a line down there. Jay acknowledges, great shot. Ten serving 6.
And we got a game point on the paddle of Tyson McGuffin. I believe that ball landed on the line. The two gentlemen on the court agree. That's game 1 in the books. Hollywood, I think it took more than half that game for Jay Duvier to get his bearings in singles. He did make a good push there at the end, unable to overcome Tyson's first game right there, 11-6. So we're going to switch ends. What do you think Jay needs to do in game 2 to get some momentum back in his favor here?
Well, I think you called it earlier. He's doing this transition from just finishing up a gold championship match. Now he's got to refocus, get to the singles match. Tyson's had time all morning to kind of think about his strategy, what he's going to do. So Jay's just going from the doubles. Now all of a sudden he's got the entire court. He's got singles, and he's up against Tyson McGuffin. So Tyson's really good about mixing up the shots, as you saw right there. He was going down the line to begin the game. Then during the middle of the game, he started doing cross court. And then to finish the game, he came back down the line. I think Jay's starting to figure it out. He's starting to get into his own rhythm. I think the second game we're going to see a closer match. He's getting a little bit of coaching right now by Patrick, getting him some ideas.
Yeah, and one thing I want to make note of as well is that they're switching ends, and now Jay's going to be looking into the dark background, which from all accounts this week, from talking to a lot of the pros, the side to be on is the side where now Jay Duvier is going to be facing. Tyson able to get that first win, 11-6, and now when they switch ends, we're going to see if the same trend continues, if Tyson can end this finals in 2 games, or if Jay's going to make some adjustments here. I do believe that's going to help just a little bit, and there's just a slight breeze, not much wind today. In the past, we've had a lot of wind over the last few days, so this is very fun matches to watch with no wind. These guys get to go head-to-head with their skill sets instead of worrying about if the wind's in their face or behind their back. So we're about to get game 2 started, Hollywood, and I'm excited to see how this one unfolds. I have a feeling Jay Duvier is going to bounce back here.
Yeah, just a little bit of a breeze, and that benefits, I think, the players that are driving the ball, because they can use that top spin and use that breeze to help curve that ball a little bit. A little bit of shade on the court shouldn't be much of a factor. Most of the court is sunny. So there again, we'll see if Tyson can get off to a quick start. All right, game 2. Time is in. Let's get started. Really great cross-court shot by Jay.
I need men's singles 40-plus advanced clingers, so please report to courts 3 and 4. Men's singles 40-plus advanced clinger, please report to courts 3 and 4.
Wow, that was nice defense by Tyson, but Jay was able to come up there and finish the point. Said he's going to try to charge the net a little bit more if he can. Jay's saying that. 1-0. What a great little backhand topspin shot there. Went cross court with it. Earned his second point. Just a little bit long. Tyson caught that. Is about 6 inches too deep. Got side out. 0, serving 2. That's a great shot. Running drive. Picked on the forehand side this time. Jay was anticipating maybe cross court. So Tyson's so good at that. Just working the court. Sometimes he'll drive it down the alley. Sometimes he'll go cross court. That time was a cross court shot. So he's mixing up really good. He's tied it up 2-2.
Slight breeze now blowing into the face of Jay Duvier. Oh, that's really well played. He's looking more like a singles pro player right now instead of a doubles pro player. So this is a good sign for Jay here in game 2. And again, he's got the dark background. I think he's going to see the ball just a little bit better on that side. It seems like he's even making better decisions now. Don't you agree, Hollywood? His shot selection is even a little sharper.
Yeah, I think he's made the transition now into the singles match. Before getting out of the doubles, now he's into the singles. He's got the first game under his belt. Now he's in the second game, and I think he's really focused. He's able to move the ball around. He's used to Tyson's game now.
Tyson going for what I would call a half Ernie, kind of. He didn't fully commit to it, and then he ended up missing that ball wide, trying to go down the line on Jay. A 2-point advantage now for the Frenchman. Oh boy, that's sharp from Tyson right there.
Great angle by Tyson. Crowd appreciates that shot. Collapse.
I don't think Jay appreciated it quite as much as the crowd, but he did give respect to him there as he said, nice shot.
2, serving 4.
Boy, that is so good right there from Jay Duvier, but also Tyson as well.
What I'm noticing is when Tyson is going to Jay's forehand, Tyson's running back to cover the court over here, and then Jay's hitting a cross-court winner shot back. He's done that several times now.
Yeah, we're seeing a pattern develop there. We'll see if that continues. Jay looking for that forehand rip, taking that ball a little long off the court.
That ball was just out.
Tyson taking his time here, toweling off a little bit. It is hot. He does have the side with the shade right now, so that should help a little bit in his favor.
Wow.
So I think that ball, the around the post from Jay Duvier did not make it.
It's a great try, great effort.
Score's now 3-4.
I mean, come on.
Wow, that was set up, return right in the middle. Tyson just ripped it right down into the corner.
I think there's the ball might have clipped the net because Jay said come on, and then And then Tyson, I don't know, maybe they just had a little exchange there. Oh boy, that is so good.
Oh, yeah.
Tyson's going to dip that ball right in.
Just working the entire court from the right side and back to the left side. Soft shot with a little bit of topspin, making Jay use the entire court for defense. As you can hear that, Tyson is fired up.
Yeah, he really does a good job getting himself pumped up, especially in these singles matches. Come on! Jay looking to control at the non-volley zone there, and a couple times he just got past the few shots before, but that time keeping the ball deep enough, not allowing Tyson to pass him on that.
4 serving 5. Wow, was that a great shot. Just in the outreach of Tyson. Jay was able to put that ball up and over Tyson.
Yeah, I mean, Tyson lunged at it like he was going to be able to get it, but it absolutely got up and over his paddle. Looks like Jay's going to make a shirt change, and we're going to take a break while he does that and get right back to the action soon.
Okay, we've got 15 seconds here. We are back. Score is 5-5 in the championship match. Tyson McGuffin is up 1-0 over Jay Duvier. Oh, is that a great shot? That reminds me of the shot that Tyson's been hitting over there across court. Ball just goes over the net and has it just sinks like a sinker ball. 6 serving 5. That one sailed a little bit. Both these players are fired up. They are feeling it right now. They're warmed up. They're loosened up. That just goes to credit. I think Tyson's got one of the best serves in pickleball. Top spin, he winds up, he just rips it, and that's not the easiest serve to return. Another great angle. Game of inches. I mean, these guys are really hitting these corners, and you have to because they're both so quick. There it is again. Second serve in a row. 8 serving 6. Jay's taking another timeout, so we will be right back in 1 minute. Okay, we are back. Both players are ready to go. Score is 8-6. Tyson serving to Jay. Another great shot inside out. Jay's shaking his head a little bit. Tyson is on fire right now. His shots are just on target, spot on. He's really feeling it, trying to close this match out.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing such a good job. Little frustration there on a missed return from that backhand side there. Jay Duvillier has one more chance here to get a side out. Oh, that was just too good by Tyson McGuffin, painting both lines.
Yes.
Look at the big smiles from Tyson McGuffin right there as he addresses the crowd. Jay Duvillier with his second pro finals here on championship court. This is Scott Golden, joined by Hollywood Hostler. Hollywood, give us a wrap up of that finals right there. You and I just seeing a dominant performance from Tyson McGuffin against Jay DeVilliers.
What's interesting is Tyson's playing so good, and then he's just got one more level. It seems like when he kicks it into gear, he is just phenomenal on that. I mean, his shots were just right on. He was able to work around the court. I thought Jay played excellent. I think he's sitting over here. He's very tired. He's just had those back-to-back gold medal matches. So I think Tyson was just able to take advantage maybe a little bit of being so fresh. But both players, excellent games, and I think they both should be very proud. Tyson, of course, winning another gold medal, and he's used to being in that gold medal circle.
For sure, yeah, and I think if Jay DeVilliers, as he looks back and reflects on this week, he's going to be extremely proud of his performance on the court, as he was able to basically get to 2 out of the 3 finals here at the World Pickleball Championship, which in and of itself is a huge deal. I mean, he's battling against some of the best in the world. And for anybody that's wondering, I know this is sometimes a question that we see. People want to know what these guys are battling for financially when they come to the tournaments. And I can tell you that the World Pickleball Championship pays out through 16 spots. So that's a lot of money. That $100,000 gets divvied up through 16 spots in each of the brackets. And so, you may think, that of that $100,000, they're getting, a huge chunk of that. But to be honest, it gets divvied up a lot. So first place, Tyson's going to take home $4,000, and Jay is going to take home a respectable $2,000 for taking second place at the World Pickleball Championships. And I don't know if the prize money is a little more for the doubles or if it's the same, but either way, that's not a bad chunk of change for a pro to come out here and compete to play pickleball. So I think the sport's moving in the right direction, and but paying out through 16 spots, I think, is what will keep the sustainability of this sport, because if a pro thinks they are going to come and compete and have no chance of winning at all, winning any money, they may not even bother signing up. But the fact that World Pickleball Championship Hollywood puts out 16 spots that are payable, that's a big deal, in the sport of pickleball right now.
It's a nice draw, and I think there's more and more money starting to flow into it. You can now see sponsors are getting involved. They're starting to participate more. So it's helping to get these athletes out here so they can cover some of their expenses. It's not cheap to be playing these sports and so forth, but like any pro athlete, more money coming into the pool helps everyone out. So it's a good thing. We appreciate all these sponsors that are willing to do that. Sometimes these sponsors have incentives as well as these tournament directors that are putting up some nice prize money. So we appreciate all of that. A lot of players are starting to get into the fastest growing sport in America right now, and I think having some extra money in there, a year or two from now, we'll be maybe surprised, like some of these other pro athletes, the kind of money that they can be earning as we see the sport develop and more sponsors get involved.
Yeah, and also one thing I want to point out is that some of the people watching, the viewers, may be new to pickleball or new to this sport. Don't feel too bad for them because they also have a lot of other sponsors that match their money when they compete and win money. So a lot of times they have multiple sources that will match what they win. So like Tyson McGuffin, for example, I know with Selkirk probably brings home a matching payday from his $4,000 win there. So, and he medaled in the mixed pro as well. So, these guys are not taking home bad money for a few days of playing pickleball at the elite pro level here. So I just wanted to put that out there. I think, as the sport continues to grow, what you touched on is important. More and more sponsors are going to start coming on board. We're going to start seeing some outside companies that don't have anything affiliated directly with pickleball. So originally it was all paddle companies, and different like ball companies, paddle companies that were bringing the money into the sport. Now we're starting to slowly see outside sponsors starting to get involved. They're seeing the growth and the rapid pace at which this sport is expanding. And now with World Pickleball Championship, we're looking at taking a global standpoint where we're looking at doing a championship series all across the world. So that's a big deal. That's a big deal right there.
It really is. It's very exciting. And a shout out to some of the new pickleball players out there. This might be their first time. I know there's a couple of them that I worked with this week. First time enjoying the game. They're watching. To actually come and watch it in person would be phenomenal. And we appreciate all the viewers out there. A lot of views. And out here, Punta Gorda, Pickleplex,
That's a
you
great
can
venue.
You can see all the sponsors out here, the banks and different companies. So we're going to have the awards ceremony here shortly.
Yeah, and Hollywood, I do want to take this time to talk about one more thing. You and I can address it. We don't want to go into really a lot of details or specifics about this, but we obviously did not get to see some of the finals, and I did want to at least address it a little bit and bring it up. I know there's a lot of questions online. I did post what Simone had just written on her Facebook page, so if you want to reference that, you can either go to her page directly or you can look on the comments here. But unfortunately, because of some unforeseen circumstances due to weather and some different dynamics that were honestly out of our control here, you and I, we did not see the women's pro doubles or the women's pro singles finals played out in front of us today. They did resolve whatever things they needed to and handed out the money that was needed to be handed out. But unfortunately for the viewers at home, we didn't get to see the actual matches played, and that's unfortunate. But just understand that the circumstances at play, whether it was some scheduling things or some weather things, it just kind of affected today, Championship Sunday, and so that just wanted to put that out there.
Good point, Scott. I'm glad you brought that up because you never know what happens in these tournaments. And if you've ever run a tournament before, you know how challenging and difficult it can be. The weather here in Southwest Florida, like right now, it's beautiful. You couldn't have dreamed that we were having rain this morning and pushing things back like 5 to 6 hours. And we've got these athletes, from California, from there. They've got flights to catch. They've got schedules to try to keep and make, and to try to rearrange everything is really challenging. So thanks for all you players out there that hopefully can understand when things do change, and also the viewers or people buying the tickets. We do appreciate your support, and it's important. We got a lot of pickleball in this week, and we were able to get some nice matches in this afternoon. Unfortunately, we were looking forward to a couple more matches, but weren't able to get those in. But there again, we can't control the weather, and it's always going to be changing. So.
Yes, it is. And one other thing I wanted to point out, because we touched on it, you touched on it a little bit. Us as announcers, sometimes we might mispronounce a last name here or there, or we kind of evolve with the sport as well. So we will be improving on that stuff. But I will say that right now it's mostly U.S. players, and so a lot of the names aren't that difficult. Patrick Smith is from Germany. That's not that hard. Or a Tyson McGuffin's pretty easy. But I'm looking forward to the day when we've got some of the world competitors from Asia and different places. We have to learn how to say their names. So really, we're in the beginning stages of this, because as the world competitors start coming over, I'm going to have to start studying names a lot more intensely. So, but I thought that was funny. We appreciate the people out there watching. They're always so on point with their suggestions and their feedback, and we do appreciate that. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. This is Scott Golden, joined in the booth by Hollywood Hostler. We'll be back soon.
Okay, we are back, and we're doing the award ceremony here for the men's singles gold medal championship world event. We are awarding the silver medal right now to Jay Duvier. I'm going to get that right, Duvier.
You know what? Somebody just on the comments just said, why don't you guys just ask the players what their last names are? I've asked Jay at least 150 times just this week.
And he keeps responding.
And he keeps saying the same thing.
So
and
we will get it right.
No, listen, I'm getting better at it, but it is kind of an inside joke with me and Jay also, because they call me Steve. Him and Patrick call me Steve, so it's actually kind of a funny inside joke. So not everybody knows that kind of information and that kind of inside stuff, but listen, it is important as announcers and commentators that we get people's names right. I take it, very serious, and I know you do as well, and so do the other people in the booth. I know, for example, some of the other commentators from the other tours especially are very particular about it, and I think it is important. My name is Scott Golden. Yours is Hollywood, which Hollywood's pretty easy to remember, but not everybody has a simple, easy name, and I do take pride in knowing how to say people's name, but we will mess it up from time to time.
Yeah, and we appreciate those comments that are coming in. We really do. So thanks for commenting, responding, letting us know what's going on, especially when the mics aren't working properly or can't hear, or you've got some questions on there. So the participation is appreciated. Love to have that. Getting the pictures taken right now with Tyson and Jay. And we will be doing an interview, I believe, with them. Scott, I think you're going to be
yes, I'm
interviewing
going to go
them
out there
both
and
here.
interview them.
Here we go.
I'm going to go ahead and interview Jay Duvier first since he's standing right here. And just because it's been a funny thing all week, I'm going to go ahead and ask him to say his last name on the mic, up close and personal. Here we go.
Devilliers. Jocelyn Devilliers.
Jocelyn. See, we haven't even been calling you Jocelyn. We just call you Jay, but say it one more time.
Jocelyn Devilliers.
Guys, that's from him directly right there. It is kind of an inside joke, though, because what do you call me?
Steve.
We won't even go into detail about why he calls me Steve, but yeah, it's been a funny inside joke. But let's get back to the serious business of men's pro singles against Tyson McGuffin. That was a 2-game set. You came out, I thought, a little just not quite in that singles mode initially, but you did have a timeout where you came back from that, and it seems like you flipped that switch. Talk to us about that. What was that feeling like moving from doubles to singles?
Oh, I don't think the fact of changing from doubles to singles was a big deal. It's just physically it was hard, different dynamic, way more movement. The court gets much bigger suddenly than doubles, but I feel like Tyson was playing smart, opening the court a lot, making me move, and yeah, it was just tough. Slow start, catching up a bit, but when you're running after the score, it just gets harder and harder. Too many mistakes, in my opinion. But again, like, credit to Tyson, he's putting a lot of pressure. His serve is big. He's forcing me to do a bit more with the ball, so he's just tough,
Do you, in singles, like to, because you have a pretty good frame and build on you, you're 6'2"-ish, do you find that trying to hit your returns and get up to the non-volley zone to kind of dictate and control the point for there is a good strategy? Or I guess I should phrase it like this. When do you know when you should come up and when you should stay back in singles? It's a little different strategy than doubles, obviously.
Yeah, I think you want to be aggressive. When you're returning, you want to take control of the net. Obviously, when your opponent has a big serve, it's harder to do that. And I think the top players are doing that very well, playing very aggressive. So if you get a bit slower to this volley zone line, it just makes the game much harder for you suddenly. And that's what happened to me. I was a step slow and always off balance, and it makes big difference.
Yeah, I mean, just watching that, it seemed like Tyson's shots were really on point. They were going, dropping in the court where he wanted them to. Even that last point, he painted both lines. You snagged the one on the forehand, but then when you hit that ball back, he was able to go back across your body and dropped it right inside the sideline. Did that feel that way most of those 2 games where he was really hitting his shots and keeping a lot of pressure, like you said, on you?
Yeah, and I feel I didn't push him as hard as I should have. I mean, I was up 6-5, and I was having kind of a momentum right here where he took a timeout and just made few and fours suddenly, and that gave him the momentum back. It just, in singles it goes so fast, you can't give anything, and I felt like I was not in the right mindset. He was just more into it than me, and he wanted it more than me. Unfortunately, I was just not able to perform, played return short, allowed him to hit great shots, and it's McGuffin. He knows what he's doing. He has played this game for a long time, so you got to be good to play him. So today it was just not my day.
You took home 2 second-place medals and some cash in your journey here to the World Pickleball Championship.
Are you satisfied and happy with those endings, or obviously you would want to always win the championship, but are you satisfied and happy with where you ended up?
Well, right now, probably not. Probably when I'm going to reflect at home and I will be very happy about that tournament. It's just when you're reaching the final, you're not willing to lose now. You're here for a reason and you want to keep going and bring the gold. And today I fell short on both sides. I was 2 points away in doubles, and in singles I just didn't play great. So it is what it is, and it hurts, but again, it was a great tournament for me overall, and like I said, in a few days I will be very satisfied with my performance, but probably not right now.
And for everybody watching, all your viewers and supporters that back you, what's next for you? What's on the agenda tournament-wise? Are you going out to the PPA Mesa event? Talk to us about what your schedule looks like.
Yeah, I will be going to the PPA at Mesa in Arizona, and then I will follow it up with Tampa, back here in Florida.
All right, we'll see Jay back in Tampa, Florida, after he plays in the one out in Mesa, Arizona. Jocelyn Duvillier.
Jocelyn Duvillier.
I love it. All right, guys, we are going to be interviewing now Tyson McGuffin. If we could get Tyson over here for just a second. Thanks, Jay, for your time. Great job. Great run this weekend. Tyson, my man, come on over. Tyson, that was a dominating performance, in my opinion, from you. Sharp, crisp, almost every point. He did make some good runs on you, but you were able to fend those off and ended in 2. Talk to us about your game plan and strategy going into that.
Yeah, I want to say, first of all, kudos to Jay, and happy for Jay, happy for Team Vulcan. Jay had a great tournament. He played super well this whole tournament. I would say if there's any standout player of the tournament, it's that man that I'm looking at right there. But strategy going in, I knew he was playing well, so I knew I kind of just needed to find my best stuff, start out well. I picked the better side to start out with. I'm not going to lie. This side I've been a little insecure with the last couple of days. You have the white background. You got the bleachers back there, so visually it's a little tough to see. But yeah, it was just sharp and crisp. Found the forehand. Kind of the method in singles is bang the serve, find the forehand, and then grind away and bring out the dog, and I was able to do that. So,
does your gameplay on the court change from opponent to opponent? And the reason I want to ask that is because with Ben Johns, it looks like you guys play more of like a cat and mouse, a slower type of singles, a lot of drops and moving each other around to try to find the little windows. But with Jay, he's got a big serve, a big volley as well as you do. So does that change game plan to game plan?
So it's about 99% humidity out here, and I'm using an amped Selkirk, which is a little soft. So I'm not going to lie. It feels like I was swinging through like a tornado. It was very, very difficult to drive out here because the air is so freaking thick. So with that being said, I usually like to drive on the West Coast. Ball flies a little bit more. I have more easy power over on the East Coast when it's hot and it rains in the morning. Then we have to play in the afternoons. I mean, it's heavy out here. So with that being said, it was tough to drive. I'm not gonna lie, my drives didn't have a whole lot on them, but I was very precise with them. Yeah, so it's kind of based on the conditions, based off if it's hot or cold, if there's if it's thick in the air, if it's dry. But I will be using a new power paddle here pretty soon. Super excited about it, and I'll be hitting the living, out of my serve and my forehand.
I love it. One question I did want to ask, because you've got one of the bigger serves in the game of pickleball. Very few pros this week use the drop serve that came available to everybody January 25th. We saw a video of you practicing that, but you did not at all use it. Talk to us about that and just like that mindset of like throwing something new into the tool bag. But going back to obviously your bread and butter is the serve that's traditional.
Yeah, it's tough. I've won 5 majors over the last 4 years with that serve. So for me to spend like a month working on a drop serve and then to think about using it at like 9-all in game 3, that just gives me a lot of anxiety, if you know what I mean. So with that being said, I just knew I couldn't trust it. I've kind of done what I've done in pickleball with my out of the air serve. So I think all in all, I just have a lot more confidence there.
Yeah, definitely. And congratulations to you, Tyson. I think that your ability to dictate and control the points today is what got it done for you. One indicator that I know that you're playing well, because I've watched you a lot in singles, it's that inside-out forehand when you drive it back across. When that thing is money and on point, it seems like you really are flowing well. Do you agree with that statement there?
Yeah, I would say serving aggressively kind of sets the tone to everything. But yeah, if I can find that inside out forehand, that kind of opens up some things. Lastly here, want to say thanks to my family out there watching. My wife and my kids are watching right now. Love you guys. I want to give a big shout out to all my sponsors out there: Selkirk Sport, Tournigrip, Voodoo Pain Relief Cream, Beamer Therapy, Pickle Play, Tournigrip. Love you guys. Want to give a big shout out to this guy here. This guy did a great job all weekend. Scott, big shout out to World Pickleball Championships. Jan Poppy, Pro Pickleball, Carl Schmitz, all these guys. Everybody did a great job, so thank you.
Awesome. All right, Tyson, we're going to let you get back to doing what you're doing. Guys, this is Scott Golden, champion Tyson McGuffin here at the 2020 World Pickleball Championships, and we're going to wrap things up. Thank you very much for your time, Tyson, and we'll catch you guys later.